The Freedom Flights working with Source really started back in 2018 with the Roseville Police Foundation. Roseville Police Foundation wanted to make a difference in Roseville and what we could do. And we connected with Source about the same time. And what we came up with was a three-pronged approach where it's education, enforcement, and the off-ramp to recovery. And the details that we've been doing are the enforcement piece. The off-ramp to recovery with Freedom Flights is through Source. And we encounter victims that are involved in prostitution. Source is our way to get them a chance.
I did details back in the day where it was a tally of how many females we could arrest and put in jail that night. And that was a successful operation. And over the last couple years, our department specifically, as well as the county, has really changed to a victim-centered approach where we're still trying to get the females in, but for very different reasons. This is not to arrest them, to place them in jail. This is to introduce ourselves, let them know that we're out there, we care about them, and then we have people in place to talk to them today. This is not just handing them a brochure and having them walk out the door. This is then connecting them with Source, who's in the room with us, who can continue to talk to them, figure out what makes them tick, what their life story is, and hopefully get them on the road to recovery.
During our Freedom Flights details, we have 3 and 4 separate officers that actually make contact with the women via escort websites. And we literally text them and to make arrangements for sex for money. And that arrangement is to have them come to our hotel and start the process there.
It's very powerful when you have somebody who's been controlled by somebody. And those are hard cases, and not every female wants to confide and provide that information. But when you can get through to somebody and they say, yes, I've been pimped out, and they are branded or have tattoos with that person's name, and we're actually able to get them arrested and charged with promotion of prostitution, that is such a success for us. I think as our department and me individually, like, these details are really important, because if we can make a difference in just one person's life, that made that detail worth it.
I start to realize and try to understand what put them in that position and how I can help. And yes, something has happened to put them in that position, but let's try to get them out of it. And to show the human side, especially in law enforcement now, is extremely important. And to be able to chip away the ideas or the mistrust of law enforcement is something that is important to me. And to be able to help them as much as I can, even for the short period of time that I have them, and to help these women is something huge.
We've arrested several men that are pimps into prostitution, that are predators. They've had her checkbook, they've had her driver's license, they've had her life. And how do we help that woman escape that life? We need social service agencies like Source for off-ramp recovery services to help these women escape this horrible industry.
These aren't bad people. They are in desperate situations, or they may be controlled by somebody else and aren't free to make their own choices.